I am Dr. Tamil Selvi, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. So, traffic engineering and management is the first unit is road characteristics. So, road characteristics, the study of traffic engineering may be divided into 6 major sections. That is traffic characteristics, traffic surveys and analysis, traffic operation control and regulation, planning and analysis, geometric design, traffic management. Then vehicle characteristics. The vehicle characteristics that affecting road, the road design may be classified into two types: static characteristics, dynamic characteristics. So static characteristics, the static characteristics of vehicles, the vehicle's dimensions, weight, axle configurations, turning radius and turning path. Vehicle dimension. The vehicle dimensions which can affect the road and the traffic design are mainly width, height, length, rear overhang and ground clearance. So the width of the vehicle affects the width of lane, shoulder and parking the facility. The capacity of road will also decrease if the width exceeds the design values. The height of the vehicles affect the clearance height of structures like over bridges, under bridges, and the electric and other services lines, and also placing of signs and signals. These are the vehicle dimension. So another important factor is the length of vehicle, which affect the extra width of pavement, minimum turning radius, safe overtaking distance, capacity, and the parking facility. The rear overhang control is mainly depends upon the when the vehicle takes a right or left turn from stationary point. So the ground clearance of vehicle comes into the picture while designing ramp and property access, and thus bottoming out the crust can stop a vehicle from moving under its own pulling power. So weight axle configuration. So the weight axle is a major consideration during the design of pavements, both flexible and rigid. The weight of the vehicle is transferred to the pavement through the axle, and so the design parameters are fixed on the basis of the number of axles. The power to weight ratio is a measure of the ease with which a vehicle can move. It determines the operating efficiency of vehicles on the road. The ratio is more important for heavy vehicles. The power to weight ratio is major criteria which determines the length to which a positive gradient can be permitted, taking into consideration the case of heavy vehicles. So turning radius and turning path. The minimum turning radius is dependent on the design and the class of the vehicle. The effective width of the vehicle is increased on a turning. This is also important at an intersection, roundabout, terminals and parking areas. Then dynamic characteristics. This is the one of the another character. Then dynamic characteristics of vehicles affecting the road design or speed, acceleration and braking characteristics, power, performance and some aspect of vehicle body design. Speed. The vehicle speed affect mainly the speed affect sight distances, super elevation, length of transition curve and limiting radius on horizontal curves, length of transition curve on vertical valley curves and humps, width of pavement, shoulder on straight and on horizontal curves, design gradient, capacity of traffic lane, design and control measures on intersection. These are all the dynamic characteristics. Next one is the acceleration characteristics. The acceleration capacity of vehicle is dependent on its mass, the resistance to motion and available power. In general, the acceleration rates are highest at low speeds, decreases as speed increases. Heavier vehicles have lower rates of acceleration than passenger car. The difference in acceleration rates becomes significant is mixed trans streams. For example, traffic stream. For example, heavy vehicles like truck will delay all passengers at an intersection. Again, the gap formed can be occupied by other smaller vehicles only if they are given the opportunity to pass. So trucks are forced to decelerate the grades because their power is not sufficient to maintain their desired speed. As trucks slow down on grades, long gaps will be formed in the traffic stream which cannot be efficiently killed by normal passing maneuvers. So these are all the road characteristics of the traffic engine. So this is the first unit.